Ladies and gentlemen, I have never sat and heard more lies than I have just heard. This is a personal vendetta on 3 or 4 people that have decided that I don't belong in the neighborhood. I moved into that neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, and spent $1.5 million on this house. And the whole neighborhood was renovated, including Mr. Cochran's house. And these people have come in and decided, we just don't want home events. Well, the Metro Council has spoken. In fact, they tried to get the ordinance repealed for home events. And the Metro Council, through the Historical Commission, ruled that it was very important to the continuation of these renovation of these large homes. I pay $1,200 a month in property taxes, ladies and gentlemen, and $600 a month in insurance for my bed and breakfast to operate. The reason this statute is so important is because it gives homeowners like me a chance to hold on. If this house goes into foreclosure and I have no permit, if I call my bankruptcy attorney tomorrow and say that you again have not allowed me to try to operate, my home goes into foreclosure. This neighborhood is going to be dramatically impacted by that, and Nashville will lose a landmark, a treasure. The hearsay and the lack of verifiable proof here I am with my life on the line. I have a son with Down syndrome and an 11-year-old, and these people want to put me out in the street. And I'm sitting here with only asking the board to issue me a permit, and let me show you, you can notice me with a show cause hearing from a legitimate complaint and give me a chance to respond to it, and I'll do that. But I'm not going to jeopardize the only house I can live in, and with the economy right now, I'm going to lose everything I have.
Well, is this what you told people when you
no,
coming to?
Of course not. I just asked for their support. This is another lie. These people don't want home events in this neighborhood. They don't want the opportunity to have them. They opposed, and this is the lie that they just shared with you. Example, they all opposed Ms. Coleman's permit a year ago. They didn't want her to get a permit. Ms. Shafter spoke in opposition of it. It's not just me. It's the home event concept. That was a flat lie that you just heard right here at this table. These people will lie to do anything to put me out of business. They are going to dance around their campfire if you deny my permit today. I have a sincere desire to serve this community. I have invested in this neighborhood. I have done everything I could to increase property values. I am accepted by my neighbors. They voted to have the holiday party at my house. What you heard, I cannot believe what I've heard. If these people were under oath in a court of law, they would be prosecuted for perjury.
Mr. Demonbreun, this is not about them or you, it's about the record. That's what we are reviewing.
Yes.
And so
yes.
I understand that you are excited or upset, but this is really, we're trying to go through a record and make as an objective as a decision as we can make. So
yes, sir. And
if you can help us with that, I will appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'm very grateful for that. Able to get with the economy I'm facing, I don't know if I'll have enough events where I can even make it if the board is kind enough to give me a chance. I'm asking for a chance, a second chance, if you will.
Well, can I be honest with you, Mr. Demonbreun?
Yes.
I think it's more than a second chance. I'm having a hard time believing you. I have sat through most of the times that you've come before this board, and I've sat through the times where we've asked the neighbors to report your digressions from the rules and regulations that we've imposed on you. I've sat through and kind of looked from a distance at the appeals where you've just disregarded the rules that we imposed on you in the past.
Which rules, sir?
And now you're sitting here telling me that you didn't have a permit and you had 2 events. You'd think that you could at least say, well, maybe I stretched it a little bit, and maybe I should have been more considerate of the fact that my neighbors really don't want me here, and so maybe I should have gone an extra step to do something that may have been pushing the limits.
Are you speaking of the summer events?
I'm trying to figure out, if you're saying you've changed, how that action indicates that you've changed.
Please forgive me, I made an innocent oversight. Please forgive me, I'm soft-hearted, and this bride cried and needed an outdoor wedding, and so we had another one when I knew I wasn't supposed to have a tent outside. I mean, I have heard that so many times.
Those were years ago, Ms. Surface.
Those were you, Mr. Demonbreun.
Those were years ago. It has been 2 years since I've had a permit renewed. I'm asking you to give me a chance to save this historic venue and my livelihood. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if I violate a single limitation, know that Mr. Cochran waits across the street to document it and bring me before this board, and you will be finished with me. You will be done with me forever. I'm just asking you to give me a chance because I don't deserve the death penalty here. That's what's going to happen. This is the death penalty. And
I think that's a little overdramatic. I do.
When I will be homeless and lose my furniture and everything I have because of the economy and the fact that my home cannot be sold for anything close to value, and Mr. Cochran will be at the foreclosure sale. His family owns the Inn at Evans Mill. You know what he did at the Inn at Evans Mill and how they got it. That man wants my property, and Angel Isaacs wrote this letter so you would know it. She's written prophetically here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the moment he has waited for. And he has gone, and this has been his full-time occupation, to sit across the road, document things, and misrepresent what I've been doing to you.
But Mr. Demonbreun, what's the bottom line of why this board should give you another chance?
Because I believe the proof submitted today, sir, overwhelmingly establishes that the neighborhood has not been disturbed by my events, that the petition, I have never gone around door to door personally as I have now and asked people if they support me, and my name is in that petition. Ask them if they support me and the Demonbreun House to be able to host events with these limitations and restrictions, which are significant. And they were all delighted to sign, and they're looking, many of them I hadn't met before, they're coming to the holiday party. Because I'm reaching out to them, and I think that's another indication that I am reaching out to try to serve the community. I am reaching out to the neighbor because I do want to be a good neighbor. I don't want to live there and people not like me. I think Mr. Walker would like to support me, but he's caught between his good friend William Cochran, who attended MBA as he did, and either supporting me or supporting him. That's a difficult position to be in. So I can appreciate that. But I think if I was causing a problem for Mr. Walker, he would object to my permit. 3 other households on Benton Avenue did not want to get involved. All of the other ones supported me, sir.
I'll ask you one more time. Have you changed?
I believe I have, sir, and I believe the petition.
How so? I mean, personally, how have you changed? In dealing with people, dealing with your neighbors, following these rules, how have you changed?
I have made a fundamental decision to be confident in documenting everything I do. The independent verification, sir, on the limitations, which requires me to give all of the neighbors complete access to my event information, which will eliminate the false complaints that have been made, is a huge step, so that everyone will know exactly who the customer is, the number of guests coming, the time they're going to be arriving, so that Mr. Cochran or anybody can confirm what I'm doing. I think that's
about that restriction in the past. We actually forgot what it was. It was a different thing than Google Groups.
I think it was a listserv.
We definitely have had that restriction in the past, and it has obviously not succeeded.
No, we had written notification through the neighborhood newsletter that was published monthly, and that was used. But the wonderful thing about this, and it wasn't just the event time and date, sir, and that was required before. What I want to do is provide the customer name and phone number.
But what we're saying is this isn't anything new. How have you changed?
It is because I'm changing, sir, in the sense of I want full disclosure where anyone in the neighborhood can call a customer and verify what I've done. The date and the time of the event doesn't enable the people to know what's happening. And, sir, I'll be honest with you, the vast majority, the Hortons that live 2 doors down, all of these people signed my petition. They highly respect me. I don't have personality issues with these people.